Well, it's that time of the month again for Yeezy's certifiable attention-seeking antics. You know, at this point, I don't pay his bullshit any mind, but unfortunately, it does grab a lot of attention. Whether it's him parading his wife Bianca out in public butt-ass naked. Man, I ain't trying to see that, bro. Or posting all over social media that he's a damn Nazi. Bruh. This brother's got some issues. And I do think a lot of this off-the-wall behavior from Yeezy stems from bipolar disorder. Some of you may disagree with me on that, but, you know, I have a close relative with bipolar disorder, and I've seen these manic episodes up close and personal. I know what they look like. When this relative was going through his manic episodes, do you know the kind of wild shit he would say? For example, do you know that the ancient Egyptian civilization, they're still around. They exist. They're around. They're in the center of the earth, like near the earth's core. And when Mariah Carey's music is playing, it activates the ancient Egyptians, and they come back. Sounds pretty damn ridiculous, right? But during his manic episodes, those are the kind of wild things he'd be talking about, and he would be saying it with such conviction, like he believes it in every fiber of his being. So Kanye West cutting loose with all these inflammatory comments doesn't really surprise me. And you also take into account, you know, some megalomaniac personality traits. You know, you throw that into the mix, and it's a wildfire. Back in 2019, Kanye did an interview with David Letterman in which he opened up a little bit about dealing with bipolar disorder, which he was diagnosed with in 2016. Kanye described having one of these bipolar manic episodes, and for those of you guys who have seen these up close and personal, this should sound familiar. Quote, "You have this moment where you feel everyone wants to kill you. You pretty much don't trust anyone. When you're in this state, you're hyper paranoid about everything, everyone. This is my experience. Other people have different experiences. Everyone now is an actor. Everything's a conspiracy. You feel the government is putting chips in your head. You feel you're being recorded. You feel all these things," unquote. That sounds exactly like this manic episode I observed with a male relative of mine. He felt like his family wasn't real. He believed that we were all imposters.
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
Perfect. In that interview, Kanye talked about the medication that keeps things in check. Quote, "If you don't take medication every day to keep you at a certain state, you have a potential to ramp up, and it can take you to a point where you can even end up in the hospital, and you start acting erratic." Yep, and unfortunately, I've seen this many times with a relative of mine. He would go off his medication, he would relapse, and the longer he was off his meds, the worse his mental state got. And a couple times, it deteriorated to the point where he suffered psychosis. Now, by the grace of God, he's much better now. He's responsible. He's on top of things, but that's how bad it can get. And with Kanye, if he's not on top of things medication-wise and is in the middle of a manic episode, which my personal observation, I think he is, things are going to deteriorate rapidly, and a bunch of yes men around him aren't going to be of much help.